How's it going, everybody? Back again with our pressing series. So starting today, we're going to be working on the Philly press. So there's a bunch of different ways you can set up for the Philly press. There's a tall kneeling, there's seated, there's like a Z press kind of variation, but today we're going to focus on just a half kneeling. The reason why I'm using the half kneeling, I think it's one of the more stable ones as far as tall kneeling or anything like that, but it also is challenging the core more. So if we were just seated, we're not really challenging the core a ton more, but in this half kneeling position, we're also challenging that core a lot more to stabilize as we're going up and through a range of motion. So starting off with our setup, I'm already in the half kneeling position. I have my front knee right over top my ankle. My back knee is right over top right underneath my hip. So that's a good starting position for us. So whether we have dumbbells or kettlebells at home, whatever the leg is up, we're having that dumbbell or that kettlebell in that arm. So we want to be in that front rack position. If we have our kettlebell, we want to have that neutral wrist. So we don't want to be cranking that arm back with that wrist. We want to be at neutral wrist here. So standing up with that kettlebell. So right, laying across, find that good comfortable position. And then we have our dumbbell. So that dumbbell, we're going to have to start with our palm facing towards us. And as we go through this range of motion, you're going to notice that our palm is facing away. The reason why we do that, we're getting a little more activation in our shoulder by that twisting motion, and it's a lot easier to stack those shoulders of that wrist over top of your shoulder if you're having that palm facing away. So if we have that palm facing towards us, it's a lot harder to get into that stacked position. You're going to feel it in your lats, maybe a little bit in the chest, if we have that palm facing towards us still. So that's why we want to have that palm facing away to have that stacked joint effect. So we have this arm to stabilize, to kind of disrupt the core a little bit, get a little more activation out of the core with having that weight right on our arm with that leg. And just going through a couple reps here, how that's going to look. So I have my palm facing in, one arm's in that good front rack position. I'm pressing up, turning my hand as I go through. And then we reverse course as we come back down, pressing up, coming back down. And as you can see, I'm fidgeting a little bit. I'm moving from side to side, trying to stabilize through my core as I'm going through that active range of motion. That's why I picked this half kneeling position, because it's getting the most activation out of our core while also adding a lot of strength and muscle to our shoulders. So this is a great variation for us at home. Try it out. Always adding reps and sets to that as you get better to it.